Sen de otur da. Sen bir mikrofon götür. Mikrofon götür. Ayakta zaten, ayakta. Durum ayakta. Durum ayakta. Sen durma, ben durarım.
Just a moment.
Tak. Hörmətli Judo Federasiyasının prezidenti,
Dear President of the International Judo
Cənab
Federation,
Vizir, hörmətli Judo ailəsinin üzvləri,
dear members of Judo family,
bu gün hamınızı mən Bakıda salamlayıram
I welcome all of you today in Baku.
və hamınıza xoş gəldin deyirəm, hamınızın yeni ilini təbrik edirəm.
Welcome to Baku and Happy New Year to everyone, by the way.
Bugün judo dünyanın en popüler idman növlərinin birinə çevrilib.
Today, judo has been one of the most popular sports in the world.
Və bizə çox xoşdur ki, bugün judonun populyarlaşması üçün bu seminar Bakıda keçirilir.
And we're especially glad to hold this seminar which will serve for the further popularization of judo, especially in Baku.
Biz şərəf duyuruq ki, bu judoda olan bu yeniliklər, judonun inkişafı üçün yeni qaydalar bugün Bakıda qəbul olunacaq.
We're especially proud that the new rules and the new developments which will serve for further popularization of judo will be accepted in Baku.
Azərbaycanda da judo çox populyardır. 10 minlərlə insan, cavanlar, uşaqlar judo ilə məşğul olurlar.
Judo also is very popular in Azerbaijan. Tens of thousands of youth, kids and children, they are involved in judo.
Və bu da təəccüblü deyil ki, dünya reytingində 3 təşkil kateqoriyasında Azərbaycanlı idmançılar birinci yerdədir.
And also this is
Yüksək yerdə.
Approved by the fact that in the 3 categories, weight categories, Azerbaijan sportsmen are taking the top positions in the rankings.
Bugün biz Bakıda bütün judo ailəsinin üzvlərini görməkdən çox şadıq.
We are glad today to see in Baku all the members of the judo family.
İnanırıq ki, bu 2 gündə siz həm bu yenilikləri, judoda olan yenilikləri qəbul edəsiniz, həm də Azərbaycanımızla, Bakımızla tanış olacaqsınız.
And we hope that during these 2 days you will not only be involved in taking the part in accepting new rules and the new updates in judo, but also will have opportunity to see Baku, to see our great city.
Mən Beynəlxalq Judo Federasiyasının prezidenti cənab Vizirə minnətdarlığımı bildirirəm ki, bu tədbiri Bakıda keçirtdi və bütün bu ailəni Bakıya yığdı.
I also would like to thank Mr. President of the International Judo Federation for organizing this event in Baku and bringing all the members of Global World Judo family to our city, to Baku.
Yenə də hamınızın yeni ilini təbrik edirəm və seminarınız uğurlu olsun.
And once again, I would like to congratulate your Happy New Year and wish you Happy New Year and wish all the success in the work of your seminar.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to wish Happy New Year to all of you, good health, lot of success, lot of achievement in 2017. Je voudrais remercier au président Abdoulaye et dans le même temps, je vous souhaite une bonne nouvelle année, beaucoup de succès, de réalisation pour 2017. We had a successful 2016. We closed the 2016 year with a lot of progress, lot of development and lot of important steps for our sport. Nous avons fermé le 2017 avec plein de réalisations, 2016 avec plein de réalisations pour notre sport. And we are now in a moment that all the world involved around the judo, I mean the media, the sponsors, the people which are involved in the judo promotion, they are expecting from us to come to the next step. In the next 4 years, we will deliver the jump to the quality of all our projects initiated in 2009. Tout le monde attend de notre communauté maintenant le salto qualitatif à la prochaine étape et nous allons délivrer pendant les prochains 4 ans tous les objectifs au niveau de qualité, regardant tous les projets commencés en 2009. When we speak about changes in our sport, you have to take in consideration that the impact of the technical changes are not only related to the athletes and to the coaches or referees, are related to all the sectors and affected to a lot of other circumstances and specifically the media, the marketing and a lot of other financial development, social and other sectors which initiate a lot of projects for the judo promotion in the world. Quand nous parlons d'échanges dans le judo, ce sont des échanges qui n'ont pas seulement un impact sur les athlètes, les entraîneurs et les arbitres, mais aussi impact pour le média, marketing, tous les partenaires et tous les autres secteurs de développement de notre communauté de judo. I want to thank all of you, athletes, coaches, referees, national federations, Continental Union, IGF, and all the team which work around the judo for all the achievements until today. Je voudrais remercier à tous les athlètes, entraîneurs, arbitres, Fédération nationale, Union continentale et les membres de la FIGE et toute l'équipe qui travaille à côté pour toutes les réalisations dans notre sport jusqu'au maintenant. Everything what was achieved was because of your passion, because of your dedication, and because of the success of our athletes. Tout ce qu'on a réalisé jusqu'à maintenant sont les effets de votre passion, de votre dédication et de les efforts de les athlètes jusqu'aujourd'hui. The changes which we plan to do, they are major changes because we have to open the judo more and more for the public, not only for our community or for the interest of our coaches or referees. We have to be an open sport to the world, understandable, much easier, much flexible in approach, and always to change and to correct those things which are not according the spirit, the culture and the tradition of the judo. Bien sûr que on va faire tous les changements en accordance avec le principe et l'esprit de judo et la tradition de judo, mais aussi d'ouvrir, de moderniser notre sport en accordance avec la tendance mondiale de développement de sport. So, when you consider, of course, in the last past, not in the previous past, in the last past, always to do changes in our sport was a terrible story. Because the very conservative mentality and also because too much individual interest of different nations, different coaches or referees. But today we are a total different community with an open mind, with vision, with creativity, and that's the reason that the impact of the changes and the development of the sport in the last period has a huge effect also in the financial aspect, in the media and marketing aspect and development of our sport. Tous les changements qu'on les a faits ont un impact positif dans le secteur financier, dans le secteur de médias, de marketing et développement de notre sport. Et les résultats ont démontré dans la dernière période ça. Nous allons faire des changes. On va appliquer tout de suite dans les prochaines compétitions. Et après le championnat du monde de Budapest, on va faire une évaluation et on va tirer une conclusion comment on va continuer dans l'avenir. We will make the application of the new rules starting with the immediately next competitions. Of course, on the way, if there are some, let's say, important weakness in the effect of the application, we will make a conclusion, an evaluation, and why not a final decision after the World Championship in Budapest. I ask all of you to watch all the strategy of the International Judo Federation, which was based always on the proposal of the National Federation, Continental Union, and the IGF executive member for the best of the judo in the future. Tous les changements, toutes les stratégies qu'on a mis en place ont été des idées, des stratégies proposées par les fédérations nationales, par les unions continentales, par les membres de l'exécutif de la Fédération internationale. Next year we organize in Baku the World Championship, our most important event. And on that way I want to thank the President Abdullayev, the National Federation of Azerbaijan for the support and for the partnership, and as well to the SOCAR company, who is the official partner of the International Judo Federation. L'année prochaine, nous allons organiser à Bakou notre championnat du monde, l'événement le plus prestigieux de la FIGE. Et avec cette occasion, je veux remercier Monsieur le Président Abdullayev pour son appui, pour le partenariat avec la Fédération de judo d'Azerbaïdjan et avec la Société internationale Soccer, qui est notre partenaire officiel. I wish you a successful seminar. I want to congratulate for the participation, because I see a huge number of participants and country. That means that the judo sport, it's in development, it's in progress, and your interest and the interest of the countries are increasing more and more. Je veux féliciter tous les participants. C'est une quantité impressionnante de jeunes. Vous êtes assez nombreuses. Ça signifie que l'intérêt pour notre sport, l'intérêt de la Fédération nationale et en général, c'est très important. Et je veux vous féliciter et remercier. Et je vous souhaite un bon séminaire. Merci.
So what's the next? Well, you are staying here, or we can go?
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. We're just about to start the official part of the seminar, and we ask that people please take a seat, switch your mobile phone to silent, and if you can reduce the talking to a minimum for translations only. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you can hear well or if there is some problems with the sound or not. Everybody can hear? Okay. Please, again, nobody should be seated. Everybody, please. Well, we are going to start the technical seminar. As you know, this afternoon at 4 o'clock, we are going to have the practical part on the mat. We know that some of you lost the luggage. Obviously, if you didn't have time to bring your gi, you can come without it. Now we are going to make a short presentation about a video of Mr. Neil Adams, only 5 minutes, and after we start with our PowerPoint.
Judo is an Olympic martial art where competitors known as judokas face opponents in single combat in a tournament of elimination. The founder of modern judo, Jigoro Kano, had a philosophy of maximum efficiency, minimum effort. This is key to the sport of judo. Judokas must wear a special jacket, trouser and belt. the judogi. In competition, players wear white or blue. The judogi is essential to the strategies and tactics of the sport. Gripping up is critical. The person who dominates the gripping of the jacket will normally be in the best position to dominate the fight. Many variations of grips are allowed as long as they're deemed positive with the intention to throw. Negative gripping is the intention to block without the intention to throw. So how do you play and how do you win? Each fight is up to 4 minutes long. Opponents begin the fight with a bow. This is fundamental to the principles of judo. The referee then signals the start of play and the contest begins. The highest score is an ippon. This is the ultimate score because it wins the contest outright and it finishes the fight. There are 4 ways to score ippon. The first one is to throw your opponent flat on their back with force, and this can be done using a variety of throws from many different directions. Sometimes as a direct attack, and sometimes countering an opponent's attack. Ippon can also be awarded during groundwork. If you hold your opponent on their back for 20 seconds by controlling the upper part of their body, then Ippon is awarded and the contest is finished. 2 other ways to win by Ippon are to gain a submission, either by arm locking or strangling your opponent. If your opponent taps out, Ippon is awarded and the contest is finished. Wazari is the next highest score. Wazaris are not cumulative to score Ippon, however many are scored, but Wazaris can still help to win on points if the fight goes to full time. Wazari is scored for a throw that is not quite the force that warrants an Ippon, so a throw that lands the opponent onto their side, shoulders, or rolls them onto their back. You can also score a Wazari for a 10 to 19 second hold down. If all is equal at the end of the contest, a period of golden score will begin. In golden score, play continues until a Wazari or Ippon is scored. There is also a penalty system. Disqualification or Honsakamaki can be given for major breaches of the rules. Any behaviour not deemed to be in the spirit of the sport. Penalties for smaller infringements of the rules are shidos. A shido might be given for stepping out of the allotted mat area, pushing your opponent purposely outside of the mat area, not attacking your opponent quickly enough, or purposely using negative gripping tactics against your opponent without attacking yourself. 3 shido penalties result in Honsakamaki disqualification. Any touch of the opponent's legs whilst throwing or in defense will also result in a shido. However, if this happens for a second time, Honsakamaki will be given. Judo has a moral code that operates on the principles of politeness, courage, sincerity, honor, modesty, respect, self-control, and friendship. Enjoy the judo.
Okay, thank you, Neil. Well, first of all, obviously, because it's going to be more practical, we are going to have the seminar only in English. But of course, if for any reason you have some doubts or you want to ask some questions, it will be allowed in some different languages if we are able to answer, okay? J'ai dit que normalement, les séminaires pour une question pratique, on va être donné en anglais, mais si vous avez quelques questions à poser et vous voulez faire dans votre langue, sans problème. Digo que vamos a hacer el seminario en la lengua inglesa, pero si ustedes tienen alguna pregunta y no pueden hacerlo en esta lengua, estamos a su disposición. No, que pueden preguntar.
Все семинары эти 2 дня мы на русском языке, на английском языке будем давать, но если такие важные вопросы, возможно, пожалуйста, тоже спросить и тоже объяснить на русском языке.
Okay, so we are going to start with the PowerPoint. The most important thing is to explain the new regulations, but before that, we are going to observe the statistics of the Olympic Games in London and in Rio. As you can see, the difference of scoring, it has been amazing. The number of Ippon, Wasari, and Yuko in Rio has been much more than in the past Olympic Games in London. As you hear to our president, the idea is to make our sport more simple, more understandable for everyone. Of course, respecting the values and the principles of judo, but without leaving the evolution in our sport to make more interesting for everyone. As you see, as you are going to watch, we are going to start with the new rules next week in the Open of the Tunisian Judo in Tunis. And of course, we are going to go step by step. If you have any doubt, please don't hesitate to ask to the group that we are here seated. Please. Well, it has been an important change. So far, only women had 4 minutes. Now, men and women, 4 minutes. 4 minutes fight. The second important point, there will be only Ippon and Wasari. Some people have some confusion thinking that we are going to give Yuko and Wasari. So far will be Wasari, but Ippon still continue being Ippon with the same conditions and the same principles. That means falling on the back. If it is not like this, should be considered for scoring purposes of Wasari. Of course, all the former Yukos are included in Wasari. Do you have any questions or do you have any problem with this point? Okay. The second important point. So far, Wasari plus another Wasari was Wasari Awasete Ippon. Not anymore. That means that you can add 1 Wasari, 2 Wasaris, 3 Wasaris. But it's not an addition of Wasaris to give Ippon. I explained already the value of Wasari includes those given for Yuko and Wasari together that it was in the past. Again, do you have any questions about these new regulations? If it is not the case, we go to the second group. The time of Osaekomi now will be Wasari 10 seconds, Ippon 20 seconds. Obviously, the same than before. That means that not 2 Wasaris finish with Ippon. And as we say as well, there is no Wasari Awasete anymore. Clear for everybody? Thank you. Next one. In regular time, a contest can only be won by a technical score or scores. In the first period of 4 minutes, a penalty or penalties will not decide the winner, except for Hanso Kumake. Is also clear for everybody? No questions? Thank you. Let's move. If there is equality of scores, or there are not scores, the contest will continue in golden score. Any scores or penalties from regular time will remain on the scoreboard. And the decision in golden score is made by the difference of scores of Shido, sorry. We are going to show some explanations in the new scoreboards, please. That means that at the minute 24, there is one score, and it will be the winner. Or there is, after the 4 minutes, there is a Shido. Another example. In the first, you see white and blue. They have one Yuko and one Yuko, and one has a Shido. It doesn't make any decision at all. They continue in golden score. Imagine that in the golden score, the blue one receives one Shido. The contest in golden score continues until there is a difference. As you can see in the third picture, the blue one received a second Shido in the golden score and obviously is the loser. I can hear some rumors. Do you have any questions? Please, excuse me. We'll repeat again. Move back. Excuse me, please. During the 4 minutes, excuse me, there is no score. The fight continues in golden score. If during golden score there is a difference, like as you can see here, 1 Shido for blue, the winner is the white. Simple. Second variant. The first 4 minutes, white and blue have 1 Yuko each. And the white one has a Shido. The contest continues in golden score. In golden score, the blue one receives 1 Shido, and the contest continues until there is a difference. As you can see, the blue one receives a second Shido, and in that moment the contest is finished in golden score, and the victory is for the white. Do you have any questions? Please, let's try to keep quiet. A micro, please. Microphone. Sorry? Yeah. Please. Sorry, excuse me, please. Excuse me. Please. When you like to talk, introduce yourself and raise the question.
Tom Hallum, Norway. What if one player has 2 Shidos before the golden score?
No problem. No problem. If you have 2 Shidos and there is equal score, that means 0-0 or 1-1, the contest in golden score continues. Yeah, well, you have here more examples. Look carefully. First picture, excuse me. First picture, you have white, 1 Yuko, blue, 1 Yuko and 2 Shidos. No problem. They go to golden score. In the golden score, the white got 1 Shido. In that moment, there is a difference, okay? And it will be, they will continue until there is the same the same number of there is a difference. You can get obviously 3 Shidos, and in that case it will be Hanzo Kumake.
Thank you.
Clear?
Yes.
Thank you. Excuse me. Please, please. This afternoon, excuse me, this afternoon during the practical part, excuse me, this afternoon during the practical part, we can prepare some, let's say, fights in order that you can watch exactly how is running the competition. Now, excuse me, please, it's difficult to talk if somebody, please. If you want to say something, please raise and ask. If not, please, again, this is a theoretical presentation. In the practical part is much more simple, and we can organize some virtual competitions, and we can make a final decision that you are going to understand, everybody. Thank you. The main purpose, excuse me, please.
Excuse me, please. We cannot continue like this, you know.
We are too many people, and if everybody's talking with a colleague around, it's very difficult to make them understand. Please. Okay, thank you. The idea is that we don't want, at least during the first period, that somebody, you can listen during the whole competitions last year, for instance. You don't listen very often, throw the opponent. You only listen, Shido, Shido. That means that we want that, if possible, the winner should be by a score. The first idea of the IGF should be not finishing by Shido any fight. But we are going to make a first step to know how is running this proposal, and after that we'll continue developing or trying to look for the throwing techniques, not only winning by negative judo. This is the main purpose of this change. Any more questions, please? Yes, Mr. Bode.
Okay, Stefan Bode from Germany. In team events, when you have 5 players in each team, and maybe both teams have only 4 categories, you might need the underscores. You know, in the past we had 10 points for Ippon, 7 points for Vasari, 5 points for Yuko. What is it now? Does it stay 7 points for Vasari?
Thank you, Stefan. We don't have 7 points for Vasari or 5 points for Yuko, maybe more than 10 years. we had 100, we had 10, and then we had a 1. So this is not,
Now the points now for Vasari.
so it will be Ippon 10, and Yuko will be 1. Sorry, Vasari. Ippon 10, Vasari will be 1. I will confuse maybe more time, all of us. Vasari.
In case you have 4 players for every team, one category is free, and one of the fights is decided by a penalty in golden score, what are the points?
But nothing changed. It will be like this. It will be like now. Nothing changed in team even. Even in a round robin, nothing changed. It will be the same. Only we go from 100, 10, 1. We go to 10, 1.
Okay. More questions, please? Again, this afternoon we'll organize some virtual fights in order to simplify the understanding of this change that honestly is not very complicated at all. Thank you. Please, if there are not more questions, let's move. Sorry, please. Sorry, one more question.
Alimov Maxim, Russia. In this case, if we finished first fight before golden score by 0 points and 2 shadows by 1 athlete. And in golden score, it's that situation that the winner may be win by Hanso Komake of another athlete. 2 shido to 3 shido. And we have 8, maybe 10 minutes per one fight. It's very long for competition and not good for judo in this case.
Okay. Last time when we decided to apply golden score, many people were asking the same question that you are raising now. The average of golden score during the last 4 years period has been 1 minute 40 seconds. It was a fight in the Olympic Games, 7 or 8, but this is exceptional. So please, when we see the impact, we can react. But now it's too soon to say what is going to happen. We have the experience that golden score in general is not too long. So please wait and see. Please.
Excuse me, and second point. Maybe it's more easy to clean the table before golden score. And
Listen, again, this is not a seminar to discuss what we can change.
Okay, thank you very much.
No, sorry. This is a seminar to explain the changes, and don't forget that we say that we are going to have a period until the World Championships in Budapest. Obviously, we are going to take into consideration all the good things and bad things in order to react and to make a final conclusion before the qualification period. Thank you. Please. Another important change is that now, instead of 4 shidos, we are going to have 3 shidos. That means that when you get 3 shidos, you are going to receive Hanso Komake. Any question? One of the ideas, please. Well, you can read that to simplify the refereeing and his understanding, some of the actions and how to grab the judogi were finished.
What about bear hug?
Yeah, bear hug for the moment. First, bear hug, Shido, but second time as well, Shido, okay? I know that perhaps it should be more consistent to give as well, but so far, bear hug. First situation, Shido, second one, Shido.
So in that case, nothing changed.
Nothing changed. This is a very important situation. Any action against the spirit of judo will be immediately penalized by Hansoku Make. You know that in the past, if somebody was running outside the contest area, it would be applied Hansoku Make. But now we see more and more, even if it is inside the contest area, some people running, and we want to avoid that. If it is something so clear against the spirit of judo, we can apply as well this rule. So we would like to tell to the coaches, be careful. One thing is to defend, another thing is to run and to escape, because it can be considered as an action against the spirit of judo. Any questions? Of course, there are other situations. This is another point that if Uke attempts to avoid landing on his back by any movement which is dangerous for the head, neck, or spine, he shall be penalized with Hansoku Make. In the past, you remember, bridge situations, we gave Ippon. But we consider that if there is something dangerous, the same that diving, is much more logical to be applied Hansoku Make and not Ippon. This is very important to understand because we cannot think only in our top athletes. We must think about the education of the children, the education of judo. If children realize that some of the players try to defend the landing with the head, they are going to try to imitate, and this can be a very high risk. So this is one of the reasons why if somebody is attempting to defend, as you can read here, it should be applied Hansoku Make. Landing on both elbows, after we'll show you some clips, is considered valid and should be evaluated with Wasari. I think it's better that you can watch some examples and after you can realize what we mean with that. Also the same principle, that is dangerous for the children, for the education. Landing on one elbow is invalid and cannot be used for assessment. Any questions? Thank you. You want to? Yes, yes, please. We are going to show the example. Another one. This is not so good, yeah? You have another example? Yes, this, we apply what we are talking about. Second, of course, this is nothing. This is not any, of course, no score, all right? Again, the idea is not for the top players. It's only this situation to avoid that children start trying to imitate and to defend instead of a normal landing, defending with the elbows, okay? Yes, please.
Concerning the examples to fall on the elbow, we apologize that we don't have this picture because the safe, to save the people and to change these rules, to avoid this, we did after Olympics, after all this, so we didn't catch up this which are usually from Kouchigari or Ouchigari, they defense like this, but we didn't catch up this. In the future, we will have much more examples how they fall on the elbow or get Vazari the opponent.
Well, this is also about counterattacks. You can read, in a case of counterattack, the first competitor landing will be considered as thrown. If a score can be given, it will be assigned. Any action after landing will be considered as a Nevatha action and cannot be counted. I think this is more important to watch some examples in the video clips that are going to be much more easy to understand than only reading this test, okay? You can read as well this about the judogi. For a better efficiency and to have a good grip, it is necessary for the jacket to be well fitted in the belt with the belt tied tightly. To reinforce that, the competitors shall arrange their judogi and belt quickly between mate and hajime, announced by the referee. Now you can see that many players lose the belt not only once, but twice, 3 times, 4 times. And this is, in some cases, this is a clear tactic for losing time. So we are going to apply strictly, and if it is the case, if necessary, it will be penalized with Shido as well. Any questions? Let's go. Okay. Well, these are in principle all the new proposals that again are going to be tested. The first competition next week in Tunisia. The second one, I think, is Bulgaria and Portugal. The third, Grand Slam in Paris, and so forth. That means that we are going to collect all type of statistics about everything in order to discuss deeply and to watch what is positive for our sport and what is not so positive for our sport. We'll make a final consideration and discussion after the World Championships in Budapest, I think it's in August or September or August? August, and obviously we'll try to give the right information after this reflection. Do you have any questions? If it is not the case, we are going to continue with some video clips that we prepare in different groups. Yeah, now we are going to watch some difficult examples. I can tell you why. You will see that there is not unanimous decision in the audience, and we'll try to explain what we consider is a good solution. The difference between Wasari and Ippon versus Ippon. To make it clear for everybody, the concept of Ippon don't change at all. That means that Ippon continues being as long as you land on the back. Let's watch and we ask your opinion. Please be, sorry, wait. We are going to observe only one time. You give your opinion, everybody, if possible, and after, obviously, we can discuss, we can watch in slow motion different times. Thank you. Okay, stop. Who are thinking Ippon? Wasari? Okay. We were talking about rolling techniques. As long as there is a rolling technique, this is the principle, should be awarded Wasari. Thank you. Well, one or two more times, please. No, first one. The first one, please. Okay. Second. Wasari? Ippon? Okay, we agree. But one very important principle in these situations, stop. If the three referees together make a decision in this situation, Wasari and Ippon, the jury normally is going to respect this decision, okay? The idea of the jury is to intervene if it is a big mistake, or they give for white and it's for blue, or there is obviously they give Ippon and it's clear on the side, even if it is Yuko. Oh, Wasari, sorry. But for us, it's good to be accurate, and the audience is thinking that this is Ippon, no problem at all. One more. Or one more time. Of course, sorry, if you have any questions or any comment, please raise your hand and you can give some opinion or some difference of criteria. Sorry, Wasari? Ippon? Of course. Is strongly landing on the back. But this is what happens sometimes. In this angle, it's not so obvious that it's on the Please, stop. The problem with some actions is that the limit is so close that we could be 1 hour watching in one side, the other side. That's the reason why we decide that if the three referees give Wasari, we accept. If the three referees give Ippon, we accept. Because the limit, depending on the angle, is very, very close. The first situation, clearly Ippon. From that way, from that side, not so clear. Okay, anyhow, how many Wasari? Ippon? Of course, we maintain the Ippon as criteria for this example. We agree with you. Another one. Wasari? Ippon? Okay. One more time. You have the other side or not? Other side? No. Okay, Ippon. One more. Ippon. Wasari. Yuko. No, come on. Ippon or Wasari. Or nothing. So one more time, please. Some people don't say anything. Who are thinking Ippon? Wasari? Nothing. Please, we saw only 10 people raising their hands. Other side. Ippon. Wasari.
Very good guy,
Well, 50-50. We had the same problem in our commission. But it's really other side.
Very strong guy, very respected.
We think something is missing. It's not totally, no, we are not talking about bridge. If it's bridge, it will be Hansoku Make, so please. But we believe it cannot be Ippon. It cannot be. Of course, if everybody is thinking Ippon, we must respect. But it's not landing on the back totally. Slow motion. He's landing more in the other side. Should not be Ippon. Other side. If we take into consideration, obviously we respect the majority, of course, but if we take into consideration the idea that to give a score of Ippon should be totally on the back, this is not the case. And in our opinion, it's more accurate to give Wasari in this case. But again, if the three referees make a decision on the mat, we are going to respect it because it's very, very close. But Wasari should be more accurate. Another example. Ippon? Wasari? Wasari. Something is missing as well. Something is missing. There are, as Daniel said, two impacts. 1, 2. It's not largely on the back. Ippon, please again. Who is thinking Ippon? Sorry, please take the. Go. Stop, please. Why Ippon?
Because for me, he's obviously that the blue landed on his both shoulders, and is complete, and somehow it's like touched his head on the mat.
No, this is very important. No, we are asking for the, if you think that this, sorry, if you think that this head landing should be Hanso Kumake, but we believe this is not the case.
No, but two shoulders landed on the mat.
Stop.
Full back.
Stop, look, stop.
It's not the first impact, but...
Yes, but we say that there are two different impacts, is not direct on the back, understand? But perhaps, I mean, the majority is giving Wasari. If you are so kind, please accept Wasari. Thank you. Yeah. It's rolling from one side to the other side, you see? 1, 2. One, two. Again, the three referees give Ippon. Why not? But more accurate, Wasari. Please. Wasari or Ippon? Ippon? Wasari? Very good. We think that is nice technique, but too slow action. It's not direct on the back as well. It's rolling, I mean, going backwards. And we believe as well Wasari is a perfect decision. Okay? One more, please. Ippon? Wasari? Mr. Cortes, what is your opinion? So please annulate the Ippon and give Wasari. Okay, thank you. Yes, the same principle. Very slow, rolling, Wasari more accurate. One more. Yes. Sorry, Ippon? Wasari? Let's watch again. Please, everybody should give the opinion. Ippon? Wasari? Sorry, why Wasari? Please, if somebody is thinking Wasari, try to explain. Who wants to give the opinion why Wasari, please? Il y a quelqu'un qui veut donner son opinion de Wasari? Okay, we watch again. Watch again. Other side. Ippon? Wasari? It's possible, in our opinion, it's possible to give Ippon for this action. Another example, please. Sorry. Wasari? Ippon? There are, as you can see, some situations are in the very limit. Wasari, and sorry, what, Mr. Johnson, what, Johansson, what is missing for Ippon, in your opinion, here? Watch again. Normal motion. Eh? We believe that is acceptable Ippon because it's direct on the back. But please stop. What is very important, ladies and gentlemen, in these so difficult situations where the limit between Wasari and Ippon is so close, the main point should be respecting the referee's decision on the middle of the mat. In that case, the jury shouldn't change the decision because it's so close that we must give this, credibility to the referees. Thank you. The jury is to change real mistakes. And in these cases, if you give Wasari or you give Ippon, it's so close that it's totally acceptable. Thank you. Is the last one? This is the last? 5 more. Okay. Ippon, of course, this is clearly a case of absolutely Wasari. Not any doubt. There is no option to give Ippon. Is rolling too slow. And even the referee in this situation, strangely, but is right. We believe Wasari as well. Another example, please. Ippon, Wasari, one more time. Okay, somebody Ippon is also rolling. Of course, they give Ippon, no problem, but rolling technique, better Wasari. One more. Ippon, Wasari, Ippon again. Why Ippon, Janos? Please give the micro. Yes.
In my case, there was enough control and landing on the back.
But do you think that is direct on the back or this rolling?
It was a little bit rolling.
Yes, slow motion, look up. If we follow the current rules, there is not direct on the back, it's a rolling technique. Again, the referee give Ippon or not, but more accurate Wasari. One more. Ippon? Wasari? One more time. Ippon? Wasari? Of course, Ippon. And yesterday was a very interesting discussion, and I remember that Daniel raised something that is important. One thing is to start from the beginning rolling from one side to the back to the other side, and another type of rolling is that you back and go. Look, here is impact, and after rolling, but the impact is already done. In those cases, not any doubt about the ippon. Because again, if you start rolling from one side to the other throughout the back, it's quite logical to give wasari. But in this case, it's impact and rolling. So the ippon is already there. In this case, always ippon. You agree? Thank you. And last one. Ippon? Wasari? Please, one more time, and everybody raise their hands. Ippon? Wasari? No opinion? A lot. From that side, it's more clear that there are like two impacts. No problem if you give ippon, but we believe that in that case, look, is not totally on the back. Again, if the three referees give ippon, we respect the ippon, but here is 2 times better to give wasari. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, do you have any questions about this group, wasari versus ippon? If it is not the case, we give 15 minutes break to have a coffee. Thank you.
Half an hour.
Half an hour? No, it is too much. It's too much.
We can say 50 minutes.
50 minutes. After there are 20. If you give half an hour, it's 45 minutes. It's like this, it will count down in your screen.
15 to 15. 11:15 we continue. 11:15. 20 minutes. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's going good, no? You see, yesterday we talked about today wasari, everybody. Yesterday we stay and we say, no, this is wasari. Here, ippon, everybody. Yeah, but sorry. What we discussed was important because I have the feeling they didn't read the rules. If they read the rules or some... Stop it.
It's very important to discuss. Yes,
Referees together with IGF and it.
we must create the That's okay.
One.
I don't say about this.
Even if they say everybody was up,
Except two. Why we are fighting is for 10 minutes. Here they say
they have more hours on the mat than we have.
I have no.
I have outside the mat, I have the hours. No, it's true. You come.
I was shopping. Akihabara. Okay, please, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me, sir, please. What is important is that everybody, behind there are waiters, there are some people standing up. Everybody must, I'm not talking behind. Only the waiters inside. All the people standing up, sitting, close the doors. Must be a little more respectful of the Put somebody that's safe. I'm not talking there, okay? Okay. Well, first of all, I would like to thank you because it's not easy with so many people want to run a seminar, but your attitude and your, let's say, interventions are very logical, and I believe we were talking between us. The most important thing, we can agree, we can disagree, but if we are consistent in our judgment, it's good for players, it's good for coaches, it's good for referees, it's good for everyone. But we must be a little tolerant. I mean, with some decisions that they are so difficult, we must respect the reaction of the referees. And of course, if something is wrong, there is a jury that, being helped by the care system, they can react accordingly in some specific situations. One of the points that I believe that is very important to understand, these proposals, our president explained clearly, but we have two important meetings in the last year after the Olympic Games. One, it was in Abu Dhabi, and one, it was in Japan to finalize these proposals. And of course, as we repeat and repeat, we are going to test until the World Championships. But in that meeting, it was not only the refereeing commission. In that meeting, there were the Sports Commission, Education Commission, Refereeing Commission, media, and for instance, of course, Mr. Yamashita, Mr. Uemura, the Sports Commission, Mr. Vladimir, Daniel, Armand, Mr. Merija, Mr. Neil Adams, Mr. Jaskevich. That means, and of course, members of the Refereeing Commission. And the idea is, again, don't forget the values of our sport. We must maintain the education, the respect. Excuse me, please, behind. All these principles are untouchable. That means that this must be important. But what is the presentation of our sport must be easier for everyone. And of course, when you make decisions, not every decision is the right one. But we try to move forward with our sport. And honestly, in the Olympic Games, judo was fantastic, generally speaking. And it's not good that I can say that, but I believe honestly that refereeing was, of course, honest, and I believe as well quite positive, taking into consideration the difficulties of the fights, as you can see right now. So please, again, these changes are not made for a group or for an interest, is globally and technically taking into consideration all your advices, okay? This first group, as you saw, is quite difficult to make this decision. Again, in all these examples, 15 examples, the decision of the referees is what it is. If they give Ippon, it's okay, and if they give Wasari, it's okay as well. But our obligation is in this seminar to try to be more accurate in accordance with the rules. That's the important point. Now we go to a second group that is nothing against score, Wasari in this case. Let's watch what is happening. Score or nothing? Score? No score? Who is saying no score? Somebody that, why no score? Stop. Yuko before. Sorry. Now, we understand very well that the gap between the actions that we saw before, that we say Wasari, and it was very close to Ippon, is very different to this situation that now is Yuko, now is Wasari, and it will be Yuko. We understand that. We need to test and we need to move forward to see how is the situation. But in this case, this action, that in the past it was a clear Yuko because he's landing on the side, now should be awarding with Wasari. He's landing on the side. Somebody is thinking no score. Who is saying no score? Of course, a score in this moment, Wasari. One more. Score or not? No score? Score? Please, I understand that sometimes, well, you are busy writing, but please watch and make a decision. This is not an examination, this is a seminar together. Score? No score? Okay, watch again. I know that some people are changing their minds. No score? Why no score, Mr. Carvalho? Please, take the...
I think only the shoulder is touching the ground. Only the shoulder is touching the ground, not the side, not the side. And only the shoulder for me, so it's not enough for score.
Shoulder? Okay. Again, we watch again. No score? Score? Well, it's 50-50. within our opinion, but it doesn't mean that it's the right opinion, that it could be possible to give a score, because we believe that it's in the limit. But if the majority is thinking that no, please, Jaskevich.
Excuse me, for me, it's definitely now the score, because you have to look on position of the arm. The arm is inside, and if you look at booklet, what we have in IGF, it's definitely, we discussed several times on previous seminars. And also we discussed that some judo players are very flexible. That's why there's also position when the legs could be turned other side, but when position of the arm is under control, it's score. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, again, there are some doubts. We give the benefit of the doubt for the positive score. But again, the same consistency that we talk about Wasari or Ippon. If the referees consider that it's not 100% Wasari, don't give Wasari. If they give Wasari, it's because the perception or the feeling is what is score. But the explanation of Mr. Jaskevich is quite logical, because you remember that in the past we talked every time about this situation of the arm inside. One more example, please. Score? No score? Here, please, try to participate, everybody. It's not so complicated to participate. It's complicated to say yes or not, but to participate, everybody can do it. For us, as well, this is different. This is not a score. Look. It's not clearly on the side. So we agree with your opinion. And the arm, the difference, what Mr. Jaskevich explained before, is quite interesting. You saw the example before, the arm was inside, but now, look, the arm is outside. In this case, no score is more logical. Another, please. Score? No score? Well, we are going to watch one more, but please, every time we ask, there are only maximum 10 people who give the answer. Yes or not, another 10 people. And we are 350. And this is to participate, not to stay like this to see what is happening. All of you know judo, some of you are referees, some of you are coaches, and during the competition you give your opinion. Please, this is the right moment as well. Come on. One more time, please. Score? No score? It's possible, in our opinion, as well, to give a score. Look the landing. Thank you. One more. Score? No score. Yes, we agree. This is like 2 times, but it's not valid for a score. Now it's continuing Evatha. Good. One more. Score? Very good. No score. It's a nice action, but it's on the other side. Whoop. One more. Score? No score? Okay, let's watch carefully and stop. I think most of you changed their minds. No score? Score, of course. Also, I think some of you, I don't know, talk about the flexibility. Some people are very flexible, but the landing is there and after turn over, but the action is already done. It's very quick, but the landing is there. Yeah. Yes, okay, you want, please.
I think we arrive at the point here where we can identify two kinds of judo. One judo is what we can see as spectators, and another kind of judo we see in the slow motion. Today, the athletics of the athletes is so high, they move so fast, that if you are just watching, we don't see the details. But then when we watch in the slow motion, then we realize it was on the side, it was on the back, it was two impacts, and this will be the challenge for the next time, to identify which kind of judo we want to do. Because we have to present judo not just for us, we have to present judo for a large public. We need people outside of judo to come to judo. And we have to be here, as you can see very good here. The referee is in a position, he didn't have enough information from the throw, he watched to the colleagues. He watched the colleagues because they have a small advantage. They can watch from another point of view. We have seen sometimes two different cameras, two different scores for the same action. The same action from one point can be Ippon, from the other point can be Wasari. So what I would like to point out is that the cooperation between the referee on the mat and his colleagues outside is very important. And of course, please don't forget that today, when we are presenting judo, there are a lot of cameras around. So that means the people judge us later on from internet, from the mobile phones, with a lot of videos. So if it takes time, don't be worried, let the action continue, or give mate judogi and catch the information from the colleagues, from the commission, to make the right decision. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Daniel. During the meeting, we have talked about that it's important to respect the decision of the referees when there is very accurate. In this case, it would be fundamental, the intervention of the jury, if the three referees decide that it's not a score, because it changed dramatically the running of the competition. Imagine that this happened and we say, okay, the referees maintain no score. This is the obligation in this moment of the jury to say, wait, we check carefully, we realize that it's clearly on the side, and we give the advice to the referees to say, excuse me, gentlemen, please change your opinion and give Wasari, because that's the right case. Understand? That is one of the samples where even if the limit is very close, the decision is fundamental to the running of the competition. Thank you. Another example? If you have any questions, please raise your hands. Yes? Okay. Sorry.
I have one question, please, about the non-combativity case, which is giving Shido after 45 seconds. And these 45 seconds would be counted from the beginning of the komikata or just be counted of having the time that you have a stable komikata?
Okay, thank you. Well, this is not about this issue, but anyhow, I think the best way is this afternoon during the practical part to explain all these details about gripping, okay? We have prepared for this afternoon. I think if you allow me, we'll answer this afternoon.
Okay, thank you.
Another question there, please. You have there the microphone, I think. Where is the micro, please?
Names are Duncan Chemirio from Kenya Judo Federation. My question comes to the double elbow and one elbow. What do we understand on when the opponent falls on one elbow? Is it the side of the body or it's only the elbow? Thank you.
No, well, if I will understand you as, must be obviously the side of the body, not the elbow. The upper part of the body. The upper part side of the body is what must be in contact with the tatami. With the arm normally inside. But I think we so in the afternoon again we are going to remember, because nothing changed about the application of a score. The only change that in the past was Yuko and now is going to be Wasari. But the principles don't change at all about the scoring on the side. Another example? Score? No score? Watch again. Slow motion. No score? Score? Thank you. We were talking before Daniel talked about the athletics, the performance of the players. They are such a speed, but the technique is valid, and we consider that for scoring purposes, it could be acceptable to give a score. Another example, please. Score? No score? Again? Score? We watched 2 or 3 times more, and after we make everybody a final decision. Please, this is very important for all of us, that you all gave a final conclusion, but not 10 or 20. Everybody has been watching this action, slow motion, with speed, so you have the possibility to say, score or no score. But it's very important, because imagine that this is a final, well, it doesn't matter, and you must give yes or not. One more time, please. And everybody raise their hands to say yes or to say no. Score. No score. Okay. At the beginning, we had also a big discussion between us, because in some way we were thinking that the hand, it was outside, but it was really very difficult. If the majority is thinking is Wasari, sorry, we don't have any problem. And even if it is in the limit, we talk again, we give the benefit of the doubt, and the majority is thinking that the benefit of the doubt is for scoring. Thank you very much. Score or not? Score. No score. Okay, watch again. Sorry, this time, even if the majority is thinking score, we say no, because this is against the principle of landing. The arm is totally out, so this is not possible to give a score. If the arm is outside, we explained clearly in the past that this is not valid for scoring purposes. And this is one of the cases, and this afternoon, Mr. Neil Adams will explain, but you must fall on the side with the arm inside, not outside. Slow motion, please. Okay? Any questions or any remarks? Could you accept this principle? Thank you. Sorry. About this group, we realize that sometimes it's also very close. And that's the reason why we talk in these situations, that the intervention of the jury in some specific moments can be very, very important. But in general, the global opinion is quite accurate for everyone. Thank you very much. We go to the next group. Well, elbow will show two situations. One more. Eh? Well, this is a little, apparently, it's a little strange how we can give a score for this situation. But again, the idea is to educate the young athletes to avoid landing over the elbows because it's really dangerous. So obviously we don't have many situations like this, but perhaps well, we'll discuss in the future how many situations, but we believe that not so often it happens this. Another example, please. This is not the case. This is only one. When there is one elbow, there is not a problem at all, okay? Another example. Also, there is not a problem to do like this. One more. Okay, we go to the next group. What do we have now? Okay. In this group of wakigatame situations, not every action that you are going to watch we could call wakigatame, but we could call dangerous situation for the opponent. And this is what is important to validate. Sorry, yes?
But may I ask you, 2 elbows, is it a score or not?
2 elbows, yes. 2 elbows, yes.
And in Uchimata situation, it was 2 elbows. Is it a score?
In this
or not?
situation, we propose this time to give a score with 2 elbows. Wasari. Only the first situation with 2 elbows. Thank you. Okay, we were talking about wakigatame. You are going to watch some wakigatame actions, but other that is nothing to do with the wakigatame, but can be dangerous situations for the health or the opponent. Let's watch. Okay. Hansokumake, how many? No Hansokumake? We agree with you. This is clearly a situation of wakigatame where there is dangerous and must be penalized. There is not intention to throw, it's only to block the arm and can be very dangerous. Clear Hansokumake situation. Another one, please. Is what we were talking about. This is not wakigatame, but is a very dangerous and very painful and must be penalized as well with Hansokumake. Do you agree? One more time. Okay. One more. What is your opinion about that? Hansokumake? Not Hansokumake? And no opinion? We watch again. Also this afternoon, the technical people, the technical section some of our colleagues will explain the difference between some actions and the other. Hanso Kumake. How many? Not Hanso Kumake? Okay. What we consider is, in these cases, if you believe 100% that is a case of Hanso Kumake, no, obviously Hanso Kumake. If there are some type of doubt, give the benefit of the doubt. And of course, must be for Hanso Kumake, the three referees should agree with Hanso Kumake and ask the opinion of the jury to be sure that there is a clear consensus to penalize with that action. Because don't forget, it's not only Hanso Kumake, it's that that player cannot continue in the repechage. So the decision is very critical, and we must be 100% sure that this is Hanso Kumake or not. This afternoon, we leave this example, and we'll come back tomorrow, because I repeat, the technical group, the members of the Sports Commission and the Coach Commission will explain clearly the difference between one situation and another. We'll leave this example. Another one? Hanso Kumake? No Hanso Kumake? Okay, let's watch again, but please, gentlemen, if you are in the middle of the mat, you must make a decision. One more time. Hanso Kumake. No Hanso Kumake. Okay. We believe, but it's our opinion, that in this case should not be Hanso Kumake. Why? Because the blue one is going by himself to Nevatha. It's not Tori who Tori is going to grab, and because the other is in Nevatha, he continues. But we cannot penalize for that. The intention of the white is not to apply let's say a waki or something similar. The intention of the white is to grab, but the other is escaping. So in our opinion, should not be penalized with Hanso Kumake in this case. Any comment? Okay, thank you. Another example, please. Okay. Not Hanso Kumake? Hanso Kumake? Excuse me, what? Mr. Clau, what is your opinion, please? Yes? No, yours. Yes or not? No Hanso Kumake? Why not? Okay. Because you, sorry, wait. Mr. Clau is saying not Hanso Kumake because he's not throwing or he's not going to Nevatha. But we talk about dangerous situations. And not every time is necessary to go to Nevatha to injure the opponent. If you watch carefully, Uke cannot do anything. And look the white. This is show in a slow motion, please. He's blocking the arm For us, not any doubt about Hanso Kumake, because the problem with these actions is that Uke can be free or can be 3 months with his arm broken, because there is not intention to throw. Only, look, we need to avoid this type of techniques. Uke cannot escape. He's blocking with one hand, blocking with the other hand, and applying the body, and it's really very dangerous. Can you agree? Thank you. One more. Hanso Kumake? Not Hanso Kumake? Watch again and please. Yes, please.
There is a difference here between what we have seen before. It is a difference if I catch with two hands, one hand of my opponent, or in this case, kumikata is on two hands. That means here is an intention to throw Sodetsuri Komigoshi. It's an intention throw. And if you watch the end of the action, the white judogi athlete is standing up, continue fighting. So we know after kansetsu as a standing kansetsu, nobody can continue. The pain is so big that actually you stop fighting. But if you watch now white to the end, white stand up and want to continue fighting. That means here it was not intentional and it was not a danger.
Thank you. Thank you very much. For us, obviously, it's not Hanso Kumake. And this afternoon as well, some of these situations, grabbing with two hands or kumikata with two hands on one hand, grabbing the arm with two arms, it will be explained by our technical group. One more. Hanso Kumake? No Hanso Kumake? Mr. Smalling, what is your opinion? Because you don't give your opinion. Every time you are relaxed, and we need your opinion. Please, yes or not? One more time. Hanso Kumake for you. One more time. Hanso Kumake? No Hanso Kumake? Well, a lot of very controversial. A group, yes, a group, no. And this is, as we say, is fundamental for the running of the competition. In one case, you leave continue, and in the other case, you put Hanso Kumake and the fighter cannot continue even in the repechage. So we must try to be consistent, all of us.
It is forbidden. If blue will not go with the shoulder in front, will be. In this case, if blue will not go with the shoulder in front, will be injury. And then also, fortunately, white doesn't have two kumikata, just one kumikata. If in the same situation, white will have two kumikata, it is for sure much more dangerous. But from the judo point of view, there is no technique from white. From the judo point of view, there is no intention to throw. From the judo point of view, it is against the spirit of judo. So in this case, even it's not an injury, the action doesn't finish with an injury, it is against the spirit of judo. This is not the way how to break a grip.
Any comment? Thank you. One more. Hanso Kumake or not? Hanso Kumake? Not Hanso Kumake? Mr. Smolin again, please watch and give your opinion. Hanso Kumake, watch again carefully. We say before, she has two grips, not Hanso Kumake. It's totally different. The blue is with two grips. So we shouldn't penalize with Hanso Kumake. It's totally different. At any moment, she has two hands in the body of the opponent. And the intention is to throw. So in this case, no Hanso Kumake. One more. Hanso Kumake? No Hanso Kumake? Watch again. Mr. Hempel, what is your opinion? Please. Please, the micro you have there.
It's a normal grip fight and not enough for Hanso Kumake.
Somebody disagree?
The judogi is not fixed, it's open, and the hand is a normal grip fight and is not enough. Maybe it was not good for the arm, but it's not really attack against the elbow.
Who is thinking Hanso Kumake? Please explain why. Some of you, if somebody raised the hand, explain why it's Hanso Kumake.
For me, it was escaping from the white. If white keep the hand on the same place, it will be wakigatami. Because white was in a condition to escape, but blue was attacking absolutely the elbow for me.
Sorry, please. We are quite agree what you say now, our friend from Russia. The first intention is like this, but very important. If there is some doubt, we should give the benefit of the doubt to avoid a big mistake. A big mistake. If we have clearly a situation of Hanso Kumake, we should apply without any doubt. But if there is something missing or there is something that we are not totally convinced, it's better don't do it. Even if we agree with your feeling or with your thinking.
I will ask Mr. Bostrikov to tell me what he feels. It was convinced for Hans Sokomake or not?
It was not enough for Hans Sokomake.
Yeah. Use. Nobody can hear you.
This situation is more clear for false attack for blue, because it's performed, do nothing. He will win in this fight, look for the scoreboard.
No, but the
In
question
this case,
is...
it's not Hans Sokomake, it's a Shido for blue
No,
for
but
false attack.
we don't talk about seed or not. We talk about Hans Sokomake or not. No. Listen, we would like to explain... Stop, please. We would like to explain the procedure in this situation. When something like this happens, the referee should stop the fight, get the information of the two additional referees, the two judges, and after to ask the opinion of the jury. If the three referees and the three members of the jury consider that it could be Hans Sokomake, they will give Hans Sokomake. If, like in this case, there are some situations that could be considered Hans Sokomake, but some doubts, the final conclusion should be Hajime, or give a penalty, sheet, or whatever. But it's much better if there is not unanimous decision to give the benefit of the doubt to avoid this penalty. Okay? Sorry? Micro, please.
Behind you.
Okay, now it's working. Eran from Israel. Even though I will say now that something that I'm a coach and I'm looking as a coach on these situations, I think in the future it can make a problem that maybe some of the athletes will make, like in the football, they will make like they injured to make the other one get Hans Sokomake. I understand about the situation and I very go with what the panel here says about keeping the health of the judokas and not injury, but also in the Sodetsuri Komigoshi, that is very clearly that we see a lot of Sodetsuri Komigoshi that it's make problem with the hand. If you make it not good, we talk about it also in Japan and also in Malaga about this technique, that it's a problem technique. If you make it little bit not good and the hand will go straight, you can injure the opponent, the uke, and then it can go to Hans Sokomake. So maybe we also to take it out of the law, the technique, like we take out problem technique before. And also I just want to say something more about the last fight with the Italian. He tried to make a technique. It didn't go well, and he could get now Hans Sokomake because of it. I think we should very, very look about these situations and make it very clearly about all the referees and the coaches. We know what to teach and what the decision have to be.
Thank you very much. Very interesting your opinion, because first of all, we cannot give Hans Sokomake because the other shows some pain, because obviously in that case everybody should do that. This is the first point. Second point, very clear, if you have two grips, no way. Third, if you are not completely sure that the intention is to injure the opponent, you don't give Hans Sokomake, and you give the benefit of the doubt to continue the fight. That means that we are very careful And again, are not only the referees, these are the referees and the refereeing commission members to make a final conclusion. So, of course, we are going to be very careful, but we cannot wrong. There is not only wakigatame. There are some situations where the attitude and the situation of Tori is to injure Uke without any intention to throw. In these cases, we must be very strict.
If it's okay, today afternoon, in the technical part, I will want to show you something, all the panel, about the technique that I don't want to make injured, but I can do it with a bad technique of Soretsuriko Migoshi.
Perfect. Well, thank you. And this afternoon, I hope we can clarify even more all these situations. Okay? Thank you. One more. Hanso Kumake? Not Hanso Kumake? Watch again. No Hanso Kumake? Hanso Kumake? Okay, we agree. Sorry? Yeah, Mr. Jaskevich, you want to say something? Sorry? Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, now, Alexander, we must discuss now what is happening, not what we discussed yesterday. You can give your opinion.
So my opinion is it's not wakigatame because the Tori doesn't go completely down on the ground. It was the case, and actually it was Cansetsu.
Thank you very much. Indeed, wakigatame, it means something different. We have maybe in the future to talk about tachiwaza kansetsu, so to cover much more techniques in this area. But we speak about arm locks in tachiwaza, arm locks with the finality of injury and not controlled arm locks with the finality of winning. You're right here. So we just say wakigatame, but of course not all the techniques we have here in video are wakigatame.
Of course, if you apply wakigatame on tachiwaza, is valid, and if the others say maita or give up, is valid. And if you go progressively to the ground, it's also valid. But as everybody's watching here, this is not the same situation. Here is clearly the purpose or the intention is to injure the opponent, you know? So I believe that in this case, quite acceptable, well, not quite acceptable, the majority I think is right, and in this case is totally different to this concept that apply in tachiwaza, a wakigatame action. You explain in the afternoon, please. Better in the afternoon. Okay. Totally different. This is not intention to do. Please, one more. Sorry. This point is about breach situations. When we talk about breach, it's also fundamental not only the idea of head and legs at the same time, but defending the intention of defending the landing with the head. So to call about breach, we could add breach and some landing on the head to avoid landing on the back. We are going to watch different examples, and now we change from ippon to hansokumake, because obviously it's much more logical, the same that diving. In diving, we don't give ippon, we give hansokumake. Here is the same. If you try to do something that is against the idea of judo, again, about the education of the young generations, it's very important that nobody try to defend the landing with the head or with the spine or with the back, or sorry, with the bridge. Let's watch. Who are thinking hansokumake? Not hansokumake. Okay, I prefer to say what we are thinking. Sorry, stop. Because it's not this easy. When we hear all of you, we say, we accept. No, we believe it's hansokumake. And we are going to tell you why. Look. Step by step. Slow motion. Stop. Uke has two possibilities. Or join the chin to the chest and roll over, and of course, it could be perhaps ippon, or separate the chin to try to use his head to avoid the landing on the back. And for us, we want to avoid this, not only for the top athletes, that his physical performance, his stamina is not dangerous, perhaps for them, but if some of the young guys that try to watch this, use the head, can be terrible for their health. So in our opinion, white one, Uke, to avoid the landing on the back, he's using the head. Look. And for us, this is a clear example of hansokumake. Even if after is rolling, if after is falling on the front. Watch again. Some comments? Yes, please.
How does this work?
Anyway,
No, please, use it.
yeah, sorry to disagree.
No, please, with the micro.
There it is. Yes. I'm sorry to disagree, but to me, White is attempting to use a cartwheel to get out of this throw. He loses his cartwheel, and it's a failed attempt to get out of the throw. It's not an attempt to stick his head into the ground. He's trying to put both hands down on the mat to cartwheel out, and he misses it, and he ends up on his head. I think it's unintentional.
Sorry? Yes? Please, answer.
You know, generally in judo, and when you teach the children, when you show the examples, there doesn't exist any reaction when you do any kind of ukemi. Doesn't exist any reaction to leave the hand, a head, no hand. So we consider that he's protecting to fall down, to avoid scoring, is protecting by head. And even in this picture, it looks very, very dangerous. So we consider it's very, very dangerous technique for this. Can you show it again, this?
Yes. again, if you remember, diving please stop, for top level players is not a problem. But why we decide to give Hanso Kumake for diving? Because if some young children try to imitate the top athletes, they can break the neck. If with this situation, we teach, as Vladis say, we teach our children to roll over with the chin on the chest to avoid an injury. And this can be avoided. So please, in these situations, we can be strict, because this is not a normal defending situation. And we prefer to be strict to maintain the health of the future generations than to have a big injury with some young or not so young people.
If you imagine Nagikomi for these techniques, you can watch 1,000 Nagikomi, but never in normal training Nagikomi, any uke will behave like this.
Yes, it's true. Please, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, in these situations where is a dangerous possibility, not for top players, but for everybody playing judo, we must be very strict. You remember in the past, Kani Basami, it was dangerous, out. We remember, of course, Waki Gatame, all these situations that can be dangerous, Kawasugake. And step by step, top players can change the possibility to defend the action, but not using the head. And is what we like, and is our purpose, and is our goal. This is the reason. Thank you. Another example, please. Opinion? Hansoku? Not Hansoku? Watch again. One more time and you stop, please. Stop. The same principle, ladies and gentlemen. I know that it's hard. I know that it's very strict. But again, we must be consistent and to avoid such defense, to avoid the landing on the back. They can do other things. This afternoon during I remember last year, it was, I think, Mr. Neil Adams and Mr. Echiogamba. They showed some possibilities to avoid the landing on the back, but not using the head. This afternoon, if you are so kind, you can repeat in order that everybody can understand what is our feeling. Another example, please. Of course, Hanso Kumake. What? Jaskevich.
Yes. I think we have to distinguish two things. When Uke on purpose tries to defend himself, falling on the back, putting the head back, and many cases when actually the Uke has nothing to do, just to land on the head. But you can see also on video that judo players just stays in his head like straight, not trying to attempt escape this. So in this case, I see this case especially when Uke doesn't try to escape with the breach. It's accidentally. So from my opinion, no Hansokumake.
You mean this one? You mean this one?
And before also, I think. This one and all before as well.
Stop a little earlier.
Just case before, please.
Yes, yes, yes. Stop in the action, okay? Now?
Case before, please.
Yes, this.
On my opinion, he doesn't try to escape his breach. He's just falling on the head.
Look.
Yes, on my opinion, I say that he's falling on the head.
Okay. Listen. I think again, and now continue. Okay. We say before, stop. If the three referees and the jury members consider that Uke is not intentionally defending the landing with his head, even if it is touching, benefit of the doubt, hajime, or score. If the three referees and the referees and the members of the jury consider that the intention or the attitude of Uke to avoid the landing is to use the head, Hansokumake. So every case is totally different, but the procedure must be always the same. If, Mr. Jaskevich, if you think that in this situation there are some doubts, that means that there is no unanimous decision, and perhaps three referees agree, but the jury member, if you are in the jury member, you say no. But this is simple. But again, the principle is as long as you separate your head, the chin separated from the chest, to avoid the landing, Hansokumake. This is the principle. After, every example is totally different. Okay? Thank you. One more. Hansoku or not? Hansoku, how many? Not Hansoku? Okay. If you consider that in this situation there is not clear intention and the majority believe that is not the case for Hansoku, benefit of the doubt, not Hansoku.
Just to make the difference between this example and the example before. Here, Tori, Morote Seoinage has a huge control. So actually, Uke doesn't have too many chances. It's a throw controlled by Tori. I can absolutely accept here to don't give Hansokumake. Uke has no chance. But before, Tori doesn't have a big control. Before, B. Can you put B, please? Before, Uke has the chance. So how many times we are doing, stop, how many times we are doing Ukemi Waza with the head back? All Ukemi Waza we are doing, all they have the head in front. So here, Uke has the chance to protect himself and doesn't do it. In the next example, doesn't have the chance. So this is for me the difference why in this example, 41, This is no Hansokumake. Uke doesn't have the chance. And Tori has a good control. Morote Seinage komikata.
Thank you. Anyhow, again, the most important, we can discuss for hours, but the most important point, intention. If Uke clearly defends himself with the head, we must penalize with Hansokumake. If it is due to the action of Tori and he has no chance to react, obviously it's not Hansokumake. This is the first point. Second point, must be unanimous decision between the referees and the jury members to penalize with Hansokumake. If there are some doubts, again, not Hansokumake. It's quite simple. We continue. No Hansokumake? Hansokumake? Stop in the action, please. Stop. Stop. For us, Hansokumake. Rich. Mr. Cortés, you agree? Thank you. But again, in this situation, imagine that the referee should say mate, the two judges check carefully and ask the commission members. And everybody is watching that honestly is a clear breach situation. Hansokumake. Thank you. Another example. Please stop. Hansokumake? Not Hansokumake? Watch again. Slow motion. Thank you for your understanding, well, sorry, for your opinion, because look, of course Hansokumake, he's intentionally trying to avoid the landing with his head. So there are clear examples where all of you agree, simple, Hansokumake. Doubt, no Hansokumake. More? Hansokumake or not? Hansokumake? No Hansokumake? Watch again. One more. Slow motion. Some doubt? Who are convinced that 100% Hansokumake? Okay, Hansokumake. We are convinced the players and the coaches, it's not necessary to say that, are very clever. If you realize that every time you do that, you have the risk to get Hansokumake, people are going to change the way of defending the action. And I'm convinced, we are convinced, that in the future, we are not going to watch many situations like this. And it's going to facilitate as well the job of the referees. Okay. Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I think working together is a pleasure, is a positive. Wait, please. Wait. I think all together, coaches and referees, we can understand each other. We can move forward together. We can do a great job. This afternoon at 4 o'clock, we'll start the practical part. I think it's in this place. By the way, all the referees stay here and all the coaches can leave. Thank you very much. Have a nice meal and we'll see you later. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Vladimir, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vladimir.
Yasuhiro, if you want to say something, please.